Alexandra Ayala just went through a 2-hour, 27-minute roller coaster in Suzhou. Rain delays, momentum swings, veteran pressure, and still found a way to come out on top. Would you believe that at just 20 years old, she's already proving she can dig deep like the game's greatest warriors? What if I told you this wasn't just another win, but a statement of maturity, grit, and championship spirit? Stick around, because this story is about heart, resilience, and a Filipina who refuses to back down. Alexandra Ayala showed grit and composure in what can only be described as a true gut-check battle, digging deep when it mattered most and finding a way to turn things around just in time. The Filipina tennis phenom fought for 2 hours and 27 minutes under the lights of the Sungen International Tennis Center in Suzhou, China before finally outlasting seasoned Polish veteran Katarzyna Kawa. Would you believe that this was a rematch 3 years in the making? Back in 2022 at the ITF Templeton Open in California, a then 17-year-old Ayala had faced Kawa and fallen. That day, experience had overwhelmed youth, but this time around, Kawa quickly realized that she wasn't playing against the same teenager. She was staring across the net at a stronger, sharper, and far more mature Alex Eala, one armed with both firepower and the composure to finish when it mattered, coming off a strong semifinal run at the WTA 125 Jingshan Open just a week before. The fourth seeded Ayala carried her momentum into Suho. Standing in her way was Kawa, a veteran of the sport who had been part of Poland's Billie Jean King Cup squad in 2024, captained by none other than world number 1 EGA Swiatek. The matchup was more than a first-round clash. It was a test of growth, a measure of how much Ayala had evolved since their first meeting. The opening set reflected Ayala's determination, locked at 2-2 when rain interrupted play for several hours. Many young players might have struggled to reset, but Ayala came back refreshed, breaking the 32-year-old Kawa 3 times and taking 4 of the next 5 games. In just 39 minutes of actual play, she claimed the first set 6-3. It was a message. This was not going to be easy for the veteran, but champions, even the unsung, never fade quietly. Kawa struck back in the second set, storming to a 3-1 lead and stretching it to 5-2. Ayala managed to claw back one game to reduce the deficit to 5-3, showing flashes of resistance. But once again, the skies opened. Another rain delay hit, and this time, momentum was snatched away from Ayala. When play resumed, Kawa immediately shut the door, closing out the set 6-3. Suddenly, the match was tied and all the pressure shifted to the decider. What if I told you this is where Ayala's true character shone through? Many young players, especially at just 20 years old, would have cracked under the weight of momentum shifts and weather interruptions. But Ayala is cut from a different cloth. She surged to a 3-1 lead in the final set, looking poised to run away with it. Yet, in a cruel twist, Kawa reminded everyone why veterans are so dangerous, stringing together 3 straight games to flip the script and lead 4-3. Can you believe that? In that moment, it looked as though history might repeat itself. Experience triumphing over youthful fire. But Ayala didn't back down. Instead, she absorbed the blow and counterpunched with courage. She broke Kawa twice down the stretch, even while briefly surrendering her own serve in the 10th game. Each point became a battle of wills, each rally a clash of determination. The tension built until Ayala, with the weight of the Philippines on her shoulders, stepped up in the 12th game and slammed the door Shut. With ice in her veins, she closed. Out the deciding set 7-5. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this was just another win or a statement of intent? Because this wasn't just about advancing to the next round. It was about proving that Eala has the grit to outlast, the strength to reset after setbacks, and the maturity to handle matches that demand more than just talent. Now the journey continues. Eala moves on to face another dangerous opponent in the second round. 28-year-old Belgian Greet Minen, a former world number 59 with plenty of experience. On paper, it's another tough test, but if Suzhou has shown us anything, it's that Alex Eala thrives when her back is against the wall. So what do you think? What will she rise again? Step into the quarterfinals and keep proving that the next great chapter of Philippine tennis is already being written. One thing is certain, whether win or lose, Alex Eala makes her country proud every time she steps onto the court. And this win, this hard-fought survival was proof that she's not just playing matches anymore. She's building a legacy. Can you believe that? At the end of the day, Alex Eala's journey isn't just about winning or losing. It's about resilience, growth, and the courage to face every battle head-on. Would you believe that? At just 20 years old, she's already carrying the weight of a nation's pride. With every serve and forehand, win or lose, she reminds us that true champions are forged not only in glory, but in struggle. What do you think? Is this just the beginning of something even greater? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, every match Alex plays, she makes us proud. Would you believe that just stepping onto the U.S. Open stage was already history for Alex Eala? What if I told you that even in defeat, she walked away with one of the biggest paychecks of her young career? This is more than just a story about wins and losses. It's about a Filipino trailblazer proving she belongs on the sport's grandest stage. Stay tuned, because you'll want to know exactly how much she earned and why her journey is only getting started. For years, Filipino tennis fans have dreamed of seeing one of their own shine under the lights of a Grand Slam. And in 2025, Alex Eala, the 20-year-old prodigy from Manila, finally delivered that dream on the biggest stage of them all, the U.S. Open. Now, she may not have lifted the trophy, but what if I told you her second-round exit was still one of the biggest wins of her young career? Because sometimes history isn't just about holding the title. It's about proving you belong. Facing Spain's Cristina Biache, Eala battled bravely, but fell short 46-36. On paper, it was just a loss, but in reality, it was so much more. This was the first time a Filipina had ever advanced in the main draw of the U.S. Open, a feat that sent shock waves across the Philippines and made headlines around the globe. What do you think? Wasn't that enough to inspire millions back home? And here's where it gets even more interesting. Stepping onto the U.S. Open stage isn't just about pride. It's also about prize money. The biggest purse in all of tennis. Would you believe that even a first-round appearance guarantees $110,000? That's already life-changing. But when Eala stunned the tennis world with her historic first round win over Clara Tayson, her payday jumped to staggering $154,000 or 8.7 million pesos. Can you believe that? That makes it the second largest check of her career, only behind her breathtaking semifinal run at the Miami Open earlier this year, where she pocketed $332,000. Let me know in the comments below how insane is it that a 20-year-old Filipina is already earning prize money like this. So, yes, a second-round loss may look disappointing, but in the grand scheme, it's proof that Alex Eala is inching closer to the sports elite. With each match, each paycheck, she's writing a new chapter, not just for herself, but for an entire nation. And here's the beauty of it. Her journey is just beginning. Every win, every loss, every dollar earned, it all builds towards something bigger. Filipino fans are already proud. No matter what the scoreboard says, she's carrying the flag on a stage where it has rarely flown. And that's priceless. What if I told you that this isn't the peak, but only the beginning of an even greater rise? Alex Eala has proven she can compete. She can inspire, and yes, she can earn. Now, it's only a matter of time before she breaks through deeper into a slam. So, to Alex Eala, we say you did a great job. We're still proud of you. Good luck in your next match, and may every setback be a charge to experience, because no matter what, you make us proud.